The list of Sumerian kings describes how a group of enlightened beings descended from heaven to rule the earth. The total time of his domination, 242,000 years ago. How is that possible? The list of Sumerian kings is an archaic stone tablet written in the Sumerian language. It gives us the names and periods of reign of the kings of Sumer, a region that encompassed the space now occupied by southern Iraq. Compiled from several different clay tablets, the final part of the list of kings contains the names of rulers and cities historically attested. To the community of forbidden history, the first kings not tested on the list present greater interest. Who were the true gods of Eden? Also known as antediluvian rulers, the first 8 kings on the list totaled a reign of 242,000 years, in a mythical period before the Great Flood swept the area. Scholars of the mainstream discard the existence of these lords and their impossibly long kingdoms, citing the fact that no archaeological discovery supports the unusual claims made by the stone tablets. However, the cuneiform words are there. After royalty came down from heaven, royalty was in Eridug. In Eridug, Alulim became king, ruled for 28,800 years. After the mandate of the first celestial king ended, the scepter fell into the hands of Alilengar, who ruled for 36,000 years. After him, it was Enmenluana's turn to sit on the throne for 43,000 years. The next 5 kings occupied the position for long periods of time, the shortest of which lasted only 18,600 years. The coming of the Great Flood, considered by some as a world catastrophe, put an end to the reign of the mythical kings. After the flood had ravaged and royalty had descended from heaven, Kish became the seat of royalty. Kish was an ancient city in Sumer, home to the first historically documented Sumerian dynasty. The kings of this dynasty had shorter realms than the previous ones, but they still extended far beyond the life expectancy of a human being in those days. The shortest reign belonged to Zamig, the son of Barcelona, who remained in power for 140 years. For a long time, historians agreed that these impossible deadlines were the result of fiction. Their reigns and facts were hyperbolized to increase the meaning of the ancient Sumerians in the eyes of neighboring peoples. By documenting their extremely ancient history, they could place a legitimate claim to govern the lands. But most historians reject the existence of the Anunnaki, the sons of Anu. They also came down from heaven to fulfill their own agenda on Earth. These beings had mastered space travel, and although it is said that they came here from the 12th planet, Nibiru, their place of origin could have been in another part of the galaxy. We do not know with certainty how man came to this planet. Perhaps it is the product of evolution and natural selection. But if human beings were created by someone, there is room for the Anunnaki Genesis theory, which states that man took his first breath in the laboratories of the Anunnaki Enki and Ninmah geneticists. If these beings were able to manipulate and transform Homo erectus into rational and intelligent humans, it is evident that they were able to prolong their own lives. This could mean that the longevity of the reigns in the Sumerian kings list could be interpreted as a reality rather than a metaphor. As far as we know, these celestial beings could have been immortal or at least impervious to factors such as aging and disease. If they handled enough power to be considered gods, it is logical that they were immune to the problems that end with our short lives. There is always the possibility that we look for answers in the wrong places, and the list of Sumerian kings is half fable, half done. But in the middle of this controversial topic, one thing is certain: the history of our planet is strange.
Rutledge claims to have worked on at least 2 missions to the moon, including the failed Apollo 19 and then the Apollo 20, which he says was launched in August of 1976 from Vandenberg Air Force Base. Both of these missions, according to Rutledge, were classified joint space missions resulting from collaborations between the United States and Soviet governments. They do not appear on any roster of NASA missions, and if this is true, for good reasons. The purpose of these missions was to investigate a large object on the far side of the moon in the Deporte Isaac region, allegedly discovered and photographed during the Apollo 15 mission. The object, which vaguely resembles an X-wing fighter as seen in the Star Wars films, was supposed to have been a very large alien spacecraft which had crashed or was otherwise abandoned on the moon in ancient times. Rutledge also claims that they, with Soviet cosmonaut Alexei Leonov, landed a lunar module which was Russian-made near the alien ship and actually entered the spaceship. Certain artifacts were discovered and recovered, including 2 alien bodies alleged to be the pilots. One was in excellent condition and appeared to be female. The second body was so deteriorated and hard to recover, and just the head was retrieved. The female had been dubbed Mona Lisa. That's this alien Mona Lisa we're talking about here. Now I'm quoting William Rutledge here. We went inside the big spaceship, also into a triangular one. The major parts of the exploration was it was a mothership, very old, who crossed the universe at least 1 million years ago. There were many signs of biology inside, old remains of vegetation, and a motor section. Special triangular rocks who emitted tears of yellow liquid which had some special medical properties. And of course signs of extrasolar creatures. We found remains of little bodies living in a network of glass tubes all along the ship. But the major discovery was 2 bodies, one intact. Now William Rutledge continues to talk, and now he's talking about alien Mona Lisa. I don't remember who named the girl, but the alien was humanoid, female, about 1.65 meters, had 6 fingers, haired. We guess that mathematics are based on a dozen. Function, piloting device fixed to fingers and eyes. No clothes. We had to cut 2 cables connected to the nose. No nostril. Leonov unfixed the eyes device. You'll see that in the video. Concretions of blood or bioliquid erupted and froze from the mouth, nose, eyes, and some parts of the body. Some parts of the body were in unusual good condition. Hair and skin was protected by a thin, transparent protection layer. As we told to Mission Control, condition seemed not dead, not alive. We couldn't figure out what. Now, one of the final comments made by Rutledge was this one. When he's talking about alien Mona Lisa, she is on Earth and she is not dead, but I prefer to post other videos before telling what happened to her. There's really never been any other information on that about where the supposed alien Mona Lisa is today. And according to Rutledge, he was making it sound like she was still alive. So what do I think about alien Mona Lisa? Well, first of all, I doubt alien Mona Lisa is an alien. Perhaps a demon maybe, and according to Rutledge, she supposedly is still alive on Earth somewhere. Well, that's possible too. He says that the way he made it sound was like maybe she was in a state of suspended animation or something like that. I don't know if that's true or not, but he did make it sound like she was on Earth. Mr. Rutledge, when he leaked these videos, he was in his late 70s. That was probably a while back. I'm suspecting if Mr. Rutledge is still alive, and last I heard he was in Africa, but he had went deep undercover after leaking these. His YouTube account, which he leaked these on, was just basically destroyed, and we were fortunate enough to get some of these videos. So but the information that he leaked and stuff like that may have very well cost him his life. But anyway, I find the story very fascinating, and perhaps even what you need to realize is that on the moon there's a lot of things that are going on there all the time. That you're not told the truth about that, but that's something you have to figure out for yourself, or if you want to accept it. These videos that were leaked show things going on in the mid 70s, and then also having to do with this alien or fallen angel, or whatever you want to call her. I will choose to call her perhaps a demon. That would be what I think, because I don't really believe in aliens. I do believe in fallen angels. I do believe in demons. So I would have to say that's probably what I would call her. Others may think she's an alien, and you're welcome to think it as you like. But I'm telling you, there's so much hidden history you don't know about. And the Smithsonian Institution has so much stuff that is kept hidden from the public, locked away in their museums and hidden rooms that you will never probably even get to see. But there's so much hidden history that you're not even told about. And then, of course, you have something like this that wasn't supposed to be leaked, and the public's not supposed to know about it, but now it is leaked. And basically, a lot of people are going to look at this video, and they're going to think, what a joke. It wasn't true 5 years ago or 10 years ago, and it's not true now. It's all up to you, and what you want to believe. Myself, I do believe that Mr. Rutledge was telling the truth, and I do believe that this video is authentic. You can believe whatever you want. It's up to you. But whatever, I still find the whole subject very interesting.